Welcome to the Redefine Podcast.
All right, welcome back to the show. Thanks for tuning in. Today, we're going to talk about taking responsibility for your business. That's right. We got to really take ownership because unless you take ownership, then you're not going to be able to get the results that you were hoping to get, right? Here's what we all have a natural tendency to do. We have a natural tendency to blame, right? Blaming external circumstances for the reason why our businesses are where they are, good or bad. You know, we blame the economy, we blame the corporate office, we blame the upline, we blame the downline. I live in a city that people don't like network marketing, you know, whatever the situation. And not to invalidate any of that, because sometimes there are external things that can drastically and dramatically affect our business. However, if we're always pointing the finger and putting blame on those things, then what we're telling ourselves is that we don't have any control. Right? We don't have any control over the trajectory of our businesses because it's everybody else's fault, right? Taking responsibility allows you to take ownership and really allows you to control the trajectory of your business. And you can't do that unless and until you take ownership. So own it. Own where your business is at. And again, good or bad. You are responsible. You are at the center of where your business is. It's really a matter of network marketing. It's really a matter of your action and inaction. And generally, if we're too busy blaming, then you're not in action, right? When you take ownership, when you take responsibility, then you gotta say, okay, it's a wake up call, and what that forces you to do is then to actually take action, right? So taking responsibility and ownership actually leads to action, and we know action creates results. Now, results aren't necessarily going to always be positive and good and bad, but as long as you're taking action and you're getting results, then you'll have information and you'll know what you can adjust. But again, none of it ever falls into place until you take responsibility and you take ownership. See how important this is? Because the rest of the equation falls apart, and you know there's nothing is going to happen, right? None of it falls into place. Because everything rests on you taking ownership and responsibility, right? Ownership and responsibility leads to taking action, leads to results, and then you can adjust from there, right? So stop blaming, stop pointing fingers, stop looking at all the reasons, external reasons why your business isn't where you want it to be. Take ownership, take responsibility, and this is going to allow you. It's really more empowering. To do that than to say, okay, it's everybody else's fault and you know all these external circumstances. You're actually disempowering yourself by pointing fingers and by laying blame, right? So take ownership, take responsibility. It's your business. The trajectory of your business is nobody else's responsibility but your own, right? And here's one good way of looking at it, right? Like if you look at your company and you see that there are people in your company who are having better results than you, whose businesses are growing and whose income and checks are growing, and yours is not. Well, understand that they've been experiencing the same circumstances as you in that company. So why is it that they're having results and you're not, right? Well, maybe, just maybe, it's because they've taken ownership and responsibility of their results, and they're not blaming and they're not pointing fingers, right? Really important conversation to have with yourself, and it's kind of a gut check. You know, it's kind of a gut check. Because again, it's easier to blame. It's easier to blame than to take responsibility. Your business is where it is, good or bad, because of you, nobody else, right? Nobody else. So that's my message for you today. Take ownership, take responsibility. It's very, very empowering when you do this, because then you'll be able to control the trajectory of your business. All right. That's all from today. More from me tomorrow. So until then, be well, be safe. See you in the next episode.